on Public Safety, Judiciary, and Homeland Security. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Each member is acknowledging that they are attending the meeting via Zoom and that they are located in Wayne County, Michigan, unless otherwise stated when I call your name. Commissioner Kniezek.
Here.
Commissioner Kinlock.
Present.
Commissioner Basham.
Here.
Commissioner Scott.
She's here. She might be on mute. Is she on mute?
Oh, she logged out. Looks like she's logging back in now. She probably had some connection issues.
Is she back in?
It says she's back.
Go to the next one and then we'll come back to her.
Chair Clark Coleman.
Here. Is she the last one? Yeah.
Commissioner Scott.
Is she back in?
Let me look down. It says she is, but she's probably still connecting. Let me ask her to unmute. Commissioner Scott.
Okay. Well, we'll move on while she's getting herself together.
I think I'm unmuted now.
Oh, okay. All right.
There was a problem there.
You have a quorum present.
Okay. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Next item.
Chairwoman's remarks.
I have none.
C, approval of the August 25th, 2021 meeting minutes.
Do you have a motion?
So moved.
Okay.
Support Kinlock.
Been properly moved by Commissioner Scott, supported by Commissioner Kinlock. Are there questions on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
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 Those opposed? The motion carries. Next item.
D, unfinished business. There is none listed.
Okay.
E, new business. Item 1, communication from Samaya Harb, Director of the Sheriff's Office, forwarding a report on payphone earnings for the Sheriff's Office Jail Commissary.
Okay, looks like Samaya's got 1 through 6. So you want to start, Samaya?
Good morning. Through the chair, the first report is about the payphone earnings. Our current vendor for the jail's payphones is Telmate. The revenue that is generated from this contract allows the Sheriff's Office to provide inmates with access to many programs, such as the basic GED programs, indigent kits, indigent haircuts, recreational items. The revenue also allows the Sheriff's Office to provide the inmates with outside residential treatment centers. The contract with Telmate is going to be extended until we move to the new CJC.
Okay.
Do you want me to move on to the next report? Are there any questions concerning the payphone earnings report?
I don't see any hands.
Okay, perfect.
So you can go, you can move on.
Okay, the second report is Priya, the prison rate.
Let's wait. These
Hello?
are all received in file, right?
Yes, they're all received.
Are we going to take all these together? Okay, we can take all these together. Go ahead.
Okay, so for the second report is a Prison Rape Elimination Act. Priya, the Sheriff's Office is committed to protecting the inmates and to provide them with a safe environment. That's why the Sheriff's Office has partnered up with SAFE. Most recently, Commission did approve another contract with SAFE. SAFE provides any new assault victims and those that may be suffering from past abusive situations in their lives with counseling and support services. They provide services within the jails, and they also provide services outside the jails. Since 2015, hundreds of participants have been seen and counseled by the SAFE advocates inside the jails. Internal Affairs, which is a division within the Sheriff's Office, are required to investigate any complaint of sexual harassment brought by the inmates. In 2020, Internal Affairs investigated 21 allegations and complaints. And in 2021, Internal Affairs is investigating 14 allegations of complaints of sexual harassment.
Samaya, where does the funding for this, for item 2 come from?
Prison Elimination Act?
Yes. Prison rate.
It comes from the phone revenue.
Oh.
It's within the phone revenue. It
Okay.
pays because that's a service to the inmates.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
The next report is GPS tether. The electronic monitoring unit provides an alternative to jails to the inmates. The usage of the tether helps the participants retain their jobs, receive drug and alcohol treatments in order to assimilate back into their communities while serving their sentences. In fiscal 2019, we had an average population on tether of 634. As of the date of the report, it was as of August 31st, the average daily population on tether is 1,764. It's about 180% increase from 2019. We do have 3 vendors who provide the tether services. Earlier this year, we requested that more funding go into at least 2 of the vendors' contracts so we can pay them for the increased services.
Okay.
Next is the Marine Patrol. The Sheriff's Office is responsible for patrolling all waters in Wayne County. The majority of the officers who work in the Marine unit are seasonal staff. They work from May to early September. The staff does provide boating and ORV training to high school students, but due to the pandemic last year, they were not able to provide any training. We're hoping that they can start this year with those trainings. The Marine unit received 3 grants this year, which has been great. One was the federal grant. The other one is a state grant with a 25% match. And most recently, we received a 3rd grant for $90,000. The grant's called Slow No Wake Grant from DNR. Last year, the unit recovered 6 bodies. And this year, as of August 31st, they have recovered 2 bodies. So they really are very busy.
Wow.
I know. The next report is about narcotics. The narcotics unit does street enforcement mostly in the city of Detroit and often in the connecting cities. We have only 1 full-time employee in the narcotics unit. Everyone works on overtime. The staff does investigate and enforce the law in heavy drug and prostitution areas in the city of Detroit. They assist Detroit police with the drag racing and drifting issues in the city. They also investigate all tips that come through the tip line or mailed into our agency. We also assist with the tether absconders, the tether unit when the inmates absconder, whenever that's needed. They do perform covert operations and they seize vehicles. Last year, the unit seized 890 vehicles and generated $522,000 in revenue. To date, the unit seized 861 vehicles and generated $461,000 as of August 31st.
Okay, on item number 5, that's an issue. So are they doing the drag racing, monitoring drag racing and drifting? Are they doing that in the city of Detroit?
They're doing it inside the city of Detroit, yes. And whenever they get a call, a complaint, they'll go there, whatever that may be, whether it's the city of Detroit or any other city within Wayne County.
How many people we got out doing that?
It depends. We have sometimes 5 people working overtime, sometimes 6. It all depends on what the complaint is and where they need to go. And we sometimes we might have as many as 10 per day
Because
working on overtime.
I know that is an issue that I hear from my community groups all the time.
Yep. Do you by any chance have our hotline number? I can send it to you so people can call directly and
Please do.
complain.
Please do.
Okay, will do.
So you can send it to all commission. Well, send it to Joe,
Yes.
and then he will make sure that all the commissioners get it. Because I think that we're all getting those complaints.
Absolutely, will do. Right after the meeting, I'll get you the hotline. I'll send it to Joe.
Okay.
Through the chair, I have, Sumaya, you mentioned how many, 1 officer in the narcotic unit?
One full-time officer, yes.
One full-time?
Lieutenant, yes, one lieutenant who oversees the operation.
Well, you know,
And everybody else is on overtime.
and overtime, yes. I think it's one area we need to really pay attention to. My comment on it is in Wayne County, and now with the dispensary all over the county and all that stuff, I think that unit should be enforced with more officer to be able to meet the need for protection in Wayne County. That's my thought.
At one point, through the chair, at one point, I want to say back before 2010, they had almost 30 officers doing nothing but narcotics.
Yeah.
But then it dropped down to one.
Is those positions still considered vacant or eliminated?
They got eliminated because we had to move everybody to the jails. The jails is an essential service as opposed to the narcotics. But that was done way before I came on board.
Well, Madam the Chair, I hope the whole commission would address that issue soon as we move to the new facility. The saving of operation and the jail should really increase the number from 30 and make sure they fill up those positions and train them, because I think the area in the need, the narcotic, hurting all of us, even in the school sometime, they need protection from the drug dealer. So I think it's a serious issue we need to pay attention to.
I agree.
Thank you.
Okay, Samaya.
Okay. Report 6 is about road patrol. The road patrol operation consists of two separate units. One is the secondary roads, and the other one is MSCU, the Municipal Support Enforcement Unit. Secondary road is a state-funded unit which provides traffic enforcement and accident investigations on secondary roads and highways. Last year in 2020, we received $1.3 million as a grant, and for 2021, we received 1.2 million, which has been great. MSCU is responsible for assisting Wayne County municipalities, police departments through intergovernmental agreements by issuing traffic citations. MSCU staff focuses on commercial vehicles enforcement and frost laws. That's when they write the biggest tickets. And it depends on under what ordinance the officer writes the ticket. We might receive 30% of the, we might receive 50% of the revenue or 70% of the revenue. If it's under city ordinance, we receive 50% of the value of the ticket once it goes to court. And if it's under county ordinance, the sheriff's office receives 70% of the value of each ticket. And then 30% goes to the county library fund.
Okay. Are there any questions from committee members on any of these items 1 through 6? Are there any questions on any of these items?
Madam Chair, move approval of items. Move to receive and file items 1 through 6.
Support.
Been properly moved by Commissioner Kenlock to move item 1 through 6 to receive and file, and seconded by Commissioner Martha G. Scott. Again, are there any questions on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
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 Those opposed? The motion carries. Madam Clerk, next item.
Item 7, requesting commission approval of a grant application and award with the Michigan State Police Office of Highway Safety Planning.
Through the chair, Sumaya Harb again. This is an award for fiscal year 2022. This is about the lowest we've received from the state. It's about half of what we received in 2021.
Yeah, I noticed
We're
that.
hoping, I truly don't know. Usually they calculate how many tickets were written and how much revenue came in. And accordingly, they divide the money between the various counties. Looking back for the past 2 years, every time they give us an award, they go back and give us more money. So we're hoping that they will give us more money for 2022, because this $691,000 will not allow us to pay the 8.4 FTEs that work in secondary roads. So we would have to move some of the officers to the jails until they give us more money. We're just praying that they'll give us more money for the secondary roads so we can patrol and write traffic tickets.
How long has it taken in the past to get additional funding?
Usually in about end of October, early November, they'll give us another award. So we're hoping that we'll do that. They will do that again this year.
Okay, let's hope so. Commissioner Basham?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Relative to that, there is a state law saying that it's illegal to hold a phone and drive in the state of Michigan, but we're not doing enforcement, and I blame that on us. And essentially, we're not doing the same thing we did with seat belts, baby seats, booster seats, and also speeding in construction zones. We told people that we were going to enforce that. We told them what the fines would be, and then we went out and enforced it like this. The way we're enforcing texting and driving with the cell phone, holding a cell phone in your hand, is like this. And so people aren't paying attention to it. So unless we work together, and I talked to Sheriff Washington about this, and I've talked to 7 police chiefs, and I've talked to 18 judges, and I ride a motorcycle. I'm one of many. I don't even want to ride my motorcycle in town because everybody's got their phone in their hand going like this and trying to drive. And it's not just young people. There's a lot of people with gray hair or no hair that's doing that. So we need to tell people that we're going to do enforcement. And also, I was thinking about starting out with the smallest communities that don't have the resources, and then doing it, tell them we're going to do it for enforcement, and then go to another community. And we should be doing that in Wayne County and actually saving lives. So can we use that money for texting and driving was my question.
Through the chair, this is Sumaya again. We did receive a grant, distracted driver grant this year. And if you allow me, I can put the data together when I get back to the office and send it to Joe to see how many tickets were written and for how much and what was the distraction on that. With this one, secondary roads grant does not allow us to pay for distracted driving staff, people. We cannot use the state grant for that purpose.
Well,
but we have a distracted driving grant separately.
But my thing is, if I may, Madam Chair, it's secondary roads. If you're doing secondary road patrol and you see somebody texting and driving, you mean we can't enforce that if we're law enforcement? Is that what I'm hearing you say?
No, I have to check. I know we have a specific grant for distracted drivers, but let me check with Lieutenant Sims and see if the secondary roads do write tickets for distracted drivers as well.
Yeah,
Truly, I don't know.
If it's like specific to one thing, then we shouldn't even have secondary road patrol. Secondary roads is if you take, state laws, county laws, and if you're driving on those, in the county and you see a violation, if you're not doing secondary road patrol completely, if it's just like one item, then why are we even having secondary road? I honestly believe that they have the ability to do that. And I want to make whatever we can do to work with the sheriff's department to get better enforcement with the local communities and the state police would certainly be appreciated. And the conversations I've had have been very positive with from the sheriff down to the state police to the locals. So I'm trying to, and then once I can get it sort of somewhat coordinated, let the media know that we're going to be doing that so we can tell people that we're going to be doing enforcement, and then go do the enforcement like we've done with seat belts, booster seats, baby seats, to get people to put their phones down when they're driving. There is a app on your phone when you go into general that tells you if somebody calls you and you are driving, it automatically answers and says, I can't talk right now, I'm driving. And so we need to educate people about what's going on with phones.
You're absolutely right, Commissioner Basham. I just didn't want to misspeak. Let me get the information and I will let you know.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, are there any other questions on this item? On secondary roads? I hope that we get more money. I was surprised when I saw the sum that we received this year. That was really surprising.
Yes.
So I hope that
So are we.
Yeah. Did you call them or follow up to see if there was a reason that it was smaller this year?
Well, the award is based on how much they collected in tickets.
I see.
Based on that.
So they would have to find someplace else to get the money to give us additional funds.
Either that, or maybe another county does not want the money, or they could not spend the money, so they will allocate it to us. That's what happened in the past 2 years.
Okay.
But I'll keep you posted. If we get more money, definitely we'll do an adjustment and then bring it to commission for approval. Definitely, we'll do that.
Would certainly love to see that.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions on this item? Okay. Can I get a motion on it?
So moved.
Support.
Properly moved by Commissioner Martha Scott, supported by Commissioner, was it Kenlock? Was it Kenlock?
Yes.
Okay. Hearing no questions on this motion, all of those in favor, no, I'm sorry. Madam Clerk, roll call vote. This is an approval.
Commissioner Kanizik,
Yes.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Basham,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Chair Clark Holman.
Yes. The motion carries. Madam Clerk, next item.
Item 8, requesting commission approval of modification 1 to a 3-year Wayne County Sexual Assault Kit Initiative Investigation and Prosecution Grant Agreement with the U.S. Department of Justice, Office of Justice Programs, Bureau of Justice Assistance.
Okay, so I thought it was an all Samaya day today, but I see Tony is up next.
I'm not about to let her get away with taking over. Totally. Good Lord. Good morning. This is the chair, Tony Guerrero, Chief of Legislation, Grants, and Community Relations for the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office. This is modification number 1 to a sexual assault kit grant that we have. I'm happy to say it's $1.5 million, and this is primarily to allow us to continue the work that's being done. The sexual assault kits, rape kits, have been tested. We are in the process of going through and determining whether or not we can identify more of these serial rapists. The happy part about this is $1.5 million with no county match required. The extension will go from October 1 of this year to September 30th of 2022. And I'll be happy to answer any other questions that anyone may have.
Are there any questions on this item? This is just to extend the term.
That is correct.
Okay. If not, can I have a motion?
So moved.
Support.
Properly moved by Commissioner Scott, supported by Commissioner Basham. Commissioner Basham, do you have your hand up for a question or a comment?
No, that was a previous one. It wasn't taken down by the
Okay.
clerk or whatever.
Okay. All right. So this is.
This would
Okay,
require a roll call.
Yeah, we've got a motion and a second. So a roll call vote.
Commissioner Kanizik,
Yes.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Basham,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Chair Clark Coleman.
Yes. The motion carries. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item 9, requesting commission approval of modification 2 to a 1-year sub-award agreement with Avalon Healing Center.
Hmm.
Through the chair again, Tony Guerrero on behalf of the prosecutor's office.
Okay, John.
This is modification number 2 to a separate grant for the sexual assault kit program to extend the term of the agreement for 3 years. The modification increases the sub-award agreement from $160,215 to almost to actually double $320,215. This would actually modify from October the 1st of 2020 through September 30th of 2023. It's not retroactive. That's merely part of the modification that was built into the original contract. The difference here is for reimbursement of costs that are expended on essentially the DNA tests that are being done.
Mhm.
And the Avalon Healing Center is the changed name of SACI, the Sexual Assault Kit Investigation Team. So it's the same group, just under a different name.
So, Tony, kind of refresh my memory on what it is that Avalon actually does.
Do the testing on the DNA testing on
That's
these
it.
kits. Yes,
So that's the only thing they do is just the testing?
that is correct.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, all right. So any questions from members?
I'm always afraid it's somewhat confusing because we have several levels to the sexual assault kit program.
Right.
And again, I'm happy to provide any information the committee may wish.
Right, because when you first look at like Avalon Healing Center, it sounds like it might be a mental health or of sorts to get
You are
them
absolutely correct,
to
Madam
get
Chair.
them through after they've gone through a traumatic episode like that. Okay, all right. Can I have a motion on that one?
So moved.
I heard Martha move it. Who seconded?
Great.
Ray Basham seconded. Okay. Are there any questions or comments on the motion? Hearing none. Let's see. Yeah, we need a roll call vote, Madam Clerk.
Yes, you do.
Commissioner Kanizik,
Yes.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Basham,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Chair Clark Coleman.
Yes. The motion carries. Next item.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Tony.
Item 10, requesting commission approval of Amendment 1 to a 3-year relapse prevention services contract with 2 1-year options to renew with Education Training Research Services Corporation.
Good morning, through the chair, Ebony McCann, Wayne County Adult Community Corrections Administrator. The department is requesting, good morning. The department is requesting approval to extend the contract between Wayne County and ETRS for 1 year. During that time, an RFP will be issued to identify a potential new vendor for the services. ETRS is responsible for providing, in this instance, drunk driver jail reduction services for defendants who have been arraigned, convicted, or arraigned or convicted on an OUIL third charge or offense, in Wayne County.
For the third charge.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
And they have to go through this training program?
It's a relapse prevention service, or drug treatment, substance abuse treatment. They provide them with tools and skills which are essential to cease the use of alcohol in this instance and some other substances. But they definitely provide them relief with relapse prevention services and other counseling as needed while in the community.
So are these individuals not able to drive, or are they able to drive if they go through this program?
They are unable to drive. I think that is one of the conditions that the judge imposes during sentencing, that they are restricted from driving for a specific amount of time as it pertains to the statute. They do have the ability to petition the court to regain the use of their vehicle or driver's license, but that's a decision that the sentencing judge makes.
Madam Chair?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. I'm sorry. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I was still on.
Commute, yes. Okay, Madam Chair, my question is this, as it relates to the driving restriction, is this separate from any administrative action or remedy that the Secretary of State has as it relates to the revocation of licensing?
No.
Through the chair, this this vendor specifically provides the services for relapse prevention. Any stipulations regarding revocation of driver's license, that comes independent from the Secretary of State, and we are not involved in that action at all.
Let me just say this, as someone who had to deal with drinking and drunk driving offenses, this is an excellent process to have in place. You know, drunk driving is very serious. And oftentimes because of the disease and not just alcohol, but now we've opened it up to a lot of other addictions that have now been brought into play. This is absolutely a great grant to have, and also a tool to help assist in the pathway to sobriety.
I agree with you. Thank you very much for those comments. Okay, so can I have a motion on this if we have no other questions or comments?
Support Kenlock.
Or do I have a
Well,
motion?
I'll make the motion then if he's supporting him.
No, I'm sorry, but I make the motion.
Okay, all right.
I move to approve. I move to approve. Thank you. Okay, I'll get both of y'all later.
No, we're gonna get you.
I know. Y'all got okay.
Properly moved by Commissioner Kenlock, supported by Commissioner Scott. Hearing any questions on this motion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Kniezek,
Yes.
Commissioner Kenlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Basham,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Chair Clark Coleman.
Yes. Okay, the motion carries. Next item, Madam Clerk.
F, such other matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
I have not been informed of any.
Public comments.
Okay, Madam Clerk, would you please unmute the public, and we will go to public comments.
The lines have been unmuted.
Okay, thank you. So is there anyone that would like to make a comment at this time during this session? Is there anyone that would like to make a comment on this at this time? Third time, is there anyone on Zoom or phone that would like to make a comment at this time? And Madam Clerk, do we have any emails?
No, we have not received any emails.
Okay, very good. At this, we'll move to the next item.
Adjournment.
So move.
Properly moved by Commissioner Martha G. Scott, supported by Commissioner Kenlock. Questions on the motion? All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? This meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you very, very much.
You're
Thank
all
you.
welcome.
Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You too.
You
Try to,
too.
try to get over that big party you had.
Oh my gosh. We're still recuperating.